Welcome back, everyone, to Total Nonstop Impact. Impact Talk for Impact fans right here on your YouTube, your Twitter, wherever you find podcasts worldwide, baby. We got the panel here. The panel is set. We got Bill and Alicia tonight. What's up, gang?
We're back.
We were here Tuesday. We're here now.
Yes. We were talking some Rebellion, and now we got the fallout for Rebellion.
Yeah, so if you didn't watch that, you got to go back. It was out on Tuesday, so it's a little later. So if you missed it the first time, definitely check it out. But hopefully you're up to date and can follow along with the program, J-Bo.
Certainly later than we wanted to get it done, but hey,
shit happens.
Better late than never. Exactly.
Just like the return of the Briscoes. 20 years, better late than never.
Oh yeah, only 20 years. I mean, who's counting?
We're off a few weeks.
Wait, 20 years since they've been with Impact? I'm confused.
Yeah, they were
our year one tag team.
Oh boy,
they were
young boys then, huh?
They were legit boys? Teenagers when they were in the Impact Zone. They were wearing those red, whatever you call them. What Josh wears? What do you call that?
Oh, a onesie.
Yeah, whatever.
Singlet. A singlet.
Yeah.
Thanks for
they were wearing the plain deep red singlets. Yeah, 2002?
Yeah.
3?
1?
No, 3.
Yeah,
2003. Yeah. The first couple of weeks they had debuted. And now they're back. All right. I see some tips flying in here. Thank you, Anna. Thank you. Courtney, did I see? Bell's boy. Yeah. Thank you, guys. We're gonna catch up whatever I was gonna talk about last night. For those waiting for the AEW review. Sorry, it didn't happen last night, but whatever news you were waiting to talk about coming out of that, we're gonna cover that tonight because it is Impact related. It's in fact they're on the cover here. So we'll talk some news. We'll talk about some other stuff happening sadly in the Knockouts division, and then we'll dive into tonight's fallout from Rebellion.
Jiminy Christmas.
And now, Jim's News. Here it comes. A lot of news. A lot of companies. Here we go.
Searching for my fake wrestling news.
But it's not fake wrestling news. All right, so let's talk about the Knockouts tag division, shall we? In fact, the lovely ladies right down here below me, next to our knockout, Alicia. The inspiration has departed Impact Wrestling. In fact, they have departed wrestling altogether. So, quite the blow to the Knockouts division, tag division, whatever you want to call it. They got some big goals for their future. Well, let's go around the horn real quick and get your opinions. Do you think it is really bad for the division, or are you not too worried about it?
Not worried.
Let's go with it. Okay, not worried.
Just put it out there. Not worried at all.
All right. Do you think it leaves a big hole for the tag division, or do you think we're going to get some?
I think we'll be fine. We always are, especially when these, to us, unexpected events happen. Impact always seems to have a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So, roll with the punches. And even by a taste of tonight, we already got a feel of where our tag division, our women's tag division is. So I think it's positive. Everyone's got matching gear now.
This is true. This is true. Bill, what do you think about the Knockouts division and
I think the knockouts will likely be they'll be more okay overall, but the tag team division I think is gonna be initially hurt, obviously, by this because they were pretty much the main team in the division. It's almost like the division was centered around them, so that's a blow there because they've obviously put a lot of time into their characters, a lot of backstage segments, more so characters than matches. But that's the mix of both is what wrestling is. So it's going to obviously the good thing is they did get the influence. They helped establish the influence more than just two random people together. They got them to they're the champs, so that's good that they're now settled. But we saw Decay do some stuff tonight. But beyond that, I guess Tasha and Savannah have teamed up, but you have the champ in there. So what's going to go on going forward? I know we talked about depending on what Deanna's going to be up to. Maybe that dream tag team she's been wanting to do with Chelsea comes together and they go after titles. It allows for new options,
I
maybe
like
more
that.
options in the Knockouts division because it kind of has been a two-team division for a while.
Yeah.
So, but it's going to be tough to be beyond that with, as we always say, only 2 hours of television. That's not a lot of time for a lot of stories. So by doing only a few teams, you get them on every week. If you go beyond that, there's going to be weeks where it's probably not even featured. So we'll see. They've always shown no matter what, they can replace and kind of pivot. And credit to the inspiration. Like they put a press release. They really put over Impact, Scott D'Amore. I'm sure this, like, obviously they just wanted to get out of wrestling for right now. Who knows if they get that feeling again that they want to do it. I'm sure they'd come back here. It isn't like they're trying to leave this company and go somewhere else. They just want to do something else right now, either acting, social media, who knows. But good luck to them because they were definitely a something different since the Beautiful People really first came in. Something that initially got, I think, everyone buzzing for that division to have something a little unique to it. So definitely will be missed, but I think they can replace because they always do. It's Impact.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a plethora of women across the indies they could bring in to fill some spaces. I'm sure, and there's never a lack of ladies that are trying to get Gail Kim's attention. So I'm sure she's got a lot of people knocking on the Impact Zone door, if you will.
Yeah, but we'll never forget the inspiration.
Oh no.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. I mean, they did give us some laughs, but they
like this.
Next week.
God, it feels like we just got that one in there too.
Feels like it was forever ago.
But they were fun to watch in the ring. For anyone that didn't take them seriously, I'm sure they changed some minds while they were in Impact Wrestling. So, it was just great to see them back together because God knows, the man up north just doesn't know what to do with the women in his company. It's
Talking
so
about
sad.
Santa Claus?
No, not that far north.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
That other little company. Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right. What else are we going to talk about? Let's talk about something that has the Impact fans talking. And even though it is for another company, it is some interesting news. So it was reported for the next card next week for AEW Dynamite. We've got Deonna Purrazzo facing
Mercedes Martinez.
thank you. Yes.
Even I know
Mercedes,
that, and I don't even fucking watch AEW.
I could see the card, and I just couldn't think of her name.
I'm just teasing.
I know. It's all good. Damn it. But yeah, so they're going to finally get their long-awaited match for the Ring of Honor World Women's Championship. And we'll find out who the real champ is.
Well,
So, and I know there's some of us that think that Deonna Purrazzo may not lose next week. You never know in the world of professional wrestling, but I think a lot of us think this is where she may drop her title, and it'll be the start of the next phase for whatever good old TK has in store for his Ring of Honor.
I was gonna say he's gonna need those belts back, so
Well, yeah,
it makes sense.
yeah.
Oh, he has a couple of them now. He can put one up on his bedroom wall when he goes home.
Yeah. So look, it is what it is. What are the feelings about Deonna being on AEW and potentially losing her title next week on AEW television? I mean, is the feeling of it's just inevitable, so it's just going to happen and we're fine with it, or are we upset about it?
It's not our belt to be sad about, so whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it.
We have our own stuff, so let's focus on those, maybe.
Right. That's a great way to look at it. What do you say, Bill?
Well, I don't really care about the belt, but I care about our talent. And I just don't want our talent to look bad, which Mr. Khan has a tendency to do with other companies' talents. So that would be the one thing I wouldn't want, because obviously we saw her beat Mercedes on Impact. I know when we talked about this a whiles back, if she were to beat Mercedes and then maybe lose on Double or Nothing in a match, that title, maybe that's a pretty equal outcome. Not just to go there and job out. That would not be something that we'd want pretty much the face of our whole knockouts division to do. So I prefer that not to happen. I know we talked about a few things regarding this, where if she were to lose, but then let's say this part of some bigger thing, because we'll get to the other person that could be showing up, where there's more of a talent exchange, maybe it makes more sense. But I will initially, if Deonna loses in a single minute match, if it's a 9-minute or less match that she loses cleanly, I will not be thrilled with that result. But maybe later will, but my initial response will not be very positive in that situation.
I hear you. Well, like Alicia said, it is what it is. We knew it was coming. It's TK's company. Whatever. I'm not too worried about it.
Whatever.
I just hope they have a decent match. So
yeah, that's what it is. It's just a decent match. And the one thing that would show, obviously, is Scott, Deonna, as we like to say on the show with other talent at times, they do business. And we saw Tony didn't always want to do business when they were working together, because the Kenny not dropping the belt to an Impact talent is always going to be, and I think mine and then a lot of other people's crawl. So it just shows Impact goes high. When they go low, we go high, J-Bo.
Yeah, I hear you there.
Not as high as TK, but high.
That's pretty high. Let's talk about the other rumored possible appearance of someone from the Impact roster showing up next week versus Wardlow. There were hints dropped by MJF himself, because he's trying to hire all these people, that take out, maybe not take out like Eddie Kingston, Chris Jericho take out, but take out Wardlow. And he dropped the hint of he's saying that he's another monster. He's taller and he's bigger than Wardlow, and you can't teach that. And I'm telling you right now, it's not Enzo.
Who was the one trending after that promo?
Right.
Remember?
They laughed, and they laughed, and they laughed, and they laughed.
Wait, what was the old thing? SAWFT?
Yes.
What's that spell, J-Bone?
Soft. Is Wardlow gonna be soft?
Soft.
So look, this is about, and for anybody upset about Morrissey going there to lose, just remember, this isn't about Morrissey. This is about Wardlow's journey in AEW.
But are we having a journey with Morrissey? Didn't he cut a promo a couple weeks ago about a journey?
You talking about the band, or what you talking about?
I'm not talking about that band. I'm talking about. Come on, man. This man's having a real life journey, Morrissey.
He is. Oh, you're talking about, like recovering and all that?
Yeah. That's a journey, J-Bo.
That's a journey, yeah.
Not some greenhorn that they're trying to push to the moon.
Well, he's... Oof.
This ain't Smash's podcast, J-Bo. I got to keep you in check tonight.
But Wardlow is okay. But look, it's like I said, it's about Wardlow's, it's about his story against MJF, and MJF just keeps throwing obstacle after obstacle after obstacle at him.
But I've heard from others. Does he troll with some of these? Like, I'm going to bring in this person, but then he brings in somebody totally unrelated to you think he's going to bring in?
No,
somebody was referencing something earlier, and it was like they thought they were going to bring in somebody, but it was somebody else that was like a big disappointment.
No, I don't think so. Like Lance Archer was promoted the week before and talked about, destroying him, and it was Lance Archer who showed up. So I don't know.
And Lance Archer, your push, may it rest in peace.
Yeah,
I don't have the official count, but it had to be. It was definitely less than 5 minutes. It may have been less than 3 minutes.
Yeah, it was a match of the night or nothing, but it was cool to see the two big monsters go at it because, Lance is one of my favorites.
Wrestling. All we have are monsters for the most part, J-Bo.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Except for the X division, but they're
as long as he doesn't try to mess with Big Joe. I do have things I will stop on. Jay.
Okay. All right. So, but like you said, this
could
be.
This is what Critical Sting said earlier. I said it could be like when Anderson had a phenomenal opponent for Ethan Page. That was the tease, and it wasn't phenomenal.
Oh,
that's when it was Swoggle, right?
Oh yeah. It was we. Someone we nominal. I don't know. Anyways, but yeah. So, and you had said this during the live reaction that this could be part of a payoff down the road for something, because there's a lot of former Impact stars in AEW, like Kazarian, Christopher Daniels, Jerry Lynn.
The Hardys.
Right. Guys that could come back for the big show, for Slammiversary, for the big 20th anniversary. So, yeah, I think that'd be nice, like
if it works out like that, then it probably is perfect. Generation Me. And you just redeemed yourself, J-Bo.
sorry.
You got their no, you got their real names right. I appreciate it. Max and Jeremy Buck.
Yes, Max and Jeremy Buck.
I know them by no other name, but I approve this.
The Buck brothers. Oh, hey, at least I didn't screw it up.
Like than calling guys like that young these days. Am I right, J-Bone?
Right. So there's that story. So we'll have to wait and see what happens next week, and if there is any possible payoff down the road. But yeah, let us know in the chat if you're excited to see Deanna and or possibly Big Kaz XL, W. Morrissey himself on AEW.
I know one person excited.
I am the f***ing greatest.
Well, there you go. She'll be an audience of one to herself. I'm kidding. No, I'm excited about it. Like I said, we just hope that there's a decent match that comes out of it, and it is what it is. Anything else you want to add to that as far as news, Bill or Alicia?
No.
Well, let's see. I did just recently see confirmation that at the and I don't know if you want to wait till more in the show or if you want to go over the match announcements we had for Under Siege tonight. But guess who's returning to the Impact Zone, Jaba? One of your favorites. There is a symbol for him behind you as we speak. And it's the one, the only, give me a shoulder.
I can turn it on anytime, Pat.
Come on,
no problem.
Oh, good old Shark Boy.
Shark Boy, confirmed.
Now, when is this?
He's showing up, I believe, both days in some capacity.
Really?
There it is. I knew Shark Boy was nearby.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, man, that's great to see. Yeah, he is a fan favorite.
I love Shark Boy. Because I've been noticing him do more indie stuff, but I just retweeted out that the announcement. So, it's Shark Boy all the time. I don't know what he's doing. He might just be hanging around. Who knows? But if he's there and not in a segment at some point, then that will just be a loss.
Yeah, a run-in or a backstage segment, something. It'll be fun. Yeah, maybe they'll have like a classic X Division something, because that's what he mainly did, right? Was X Division stuff.
Yeah, he got him up, but it was mainly X Division.
Yeah. It's J-Bone hoping it was Brandy Loren. What? Oh, you guys are goofy. All right.
And just we should say that obviously Slammiversary tickets go on sale tomorrow, and it was confirmed what we've been hinting at here forever. You don't have to go to Fake Wrestling News. It is at the Nashville Fairgrounds.
Yes. The classic NWA original TNA zone. Just a different building, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And not that not the one with the dirt floor. the one where
the horse
Sanjay,
barn.
What's that?
The horse barn.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. It's the one where we were where Sabu and Sanjay Dutt got their asses handed to them by Raven a few episodes ago that we were reviewing on the old throwbacks. Yeah, good stuff there.
Yeah, and I guess we'll talk about it in the promo, but I guess it's sort of confirmed by Ace Austin that he's going to be in the Super J Cup.
That could be something coming. That's very exciting. So it shows that, that there are some things, in the works for the future as far as visas for American talent going over eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I can't wait. It's certainly a way to boost the American audience there. So good stuff there.
Cool.
But yeah, let's quickly go over that new card for Under Siege that was all done today or tonight. And then we'll go over tonight's episode. So we've got Tasha Steelz versus Havok for the Knockouts World Title. Can't wait to see that. I think that's because Havok got the pin tonight over that tag team. We got Bullet Club, including the return of El Phantasmo versus Honor No More. Man, can't wait for that. You know, part of me wishes that would be in what's that called? A lockdown?
No, Lockdown.
That'd be cool, but nonetheless, can't wait to see that. Especially the return of El Phantasmo. We've got the AAA Reina de Reinas title, women's title that Taya Valkyrie just won. Well, she's got to defend it again against Deonna Purrazzo. So we're getting a rematch.
Did not expect that at all. Shocking.
No, it was great to see Taya tonight. We'll get into more of that later. We got the Impact World Tag Team titles on the line. VBD versus them boys who returned tonight to the Impact Zone, the Briscoes. Super stoked. That's probably going to be the one that I'm most excited for on the card, honestly. Last but certainly not least, the Impact World title on the line. Josh Alexander defending his newly won and just defended tonight against Tomohiro Ishii from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Handpicked from the coach himself. Boy, what a coach with friends like that. Who needs enemies? No, I'm kidding. But and if you want to go to the website, there are pictures from Rebellion up on the website now. Some great pics. Along with the poll, just a couple articles down from that. Vote now on who you think made the biggest impact in the 20-year history. You can vote on as far as like tag teams, knockouts, X Division people, you know, male performers, superstars, whatever, you know. You can vote on all that.
Maybe
Impact.
that will help influence the Hall of Fame.
It could. Certainly. See who the people felt had the biggest influence. Yeah. And we're not talking about the tag team. They get enough attention. Thanks for the bits, Punk. And someone else had some bits in there earlier. Whoever it was, thank you.
Yes, it was Rayline. Thanks,
Rayline. Thank you. Yes. All right. Let's go over tonight's show, shall we?
The Big Shoe.
The Big Shoe starts out hot. Violent by Design coming down to the ring. And this, I'm telling you guys, this absolutely cracked me up. I knew they were going to do this. And you know, this is not me complaining, truly. It's not me. But I said it's not me complaining.
Better not be.
Hi, Joe. Hey, don't be mad at me. There was a guy on another show like ours that maybe you could go after for gimmick infringement. I'm just saying.
Tastes like chicken.
Beefalo tastes like chicken? What?
Like a Big Joe barbecue sauce on it. That tastes good.
Big Joe barbecue sauce. That sounds like that could be a real thing.
Look in the side, J-Bo. What do you think?
Stop that. Alicia, would you buy some Big Joe barbecue sauce?
Yes.
She knows, Bone.
Is that a thing though? Is that real? No, oh, I got disappointed. I was like, ODB does that too. I want some of hers. I got like
After I beat these
false
dudes up,
advertising.
I bottled it.
I demand a refund.
Joe just rips the arms off of opponents and then just,
Grills up the
Right.
arm meat and slaps it with some of that barbecue sauce.
Right.
We're grilling. Mm.
We're grilling.
It's kind of like
I can't. That thing, I can't. Its eyes follow you no matter where you go. I can't escape it. You got to put Joe away, man.
It's haunting.
My palms are sweating. It makes me nervous.
I'll haunt your dreams. Mm.
And like the reflection of your computer like shines on his eyeball, so it makes him look extra alive.
He is alive.
Settling. I'm very uncomfortable. Just looking into my soul.
Terrifying, Billy. You're causing people to have just months and months of therapy here. Stop that.
It's a new bit.
Sweaty, mom's
Tell me
spaghetti.
about the time you called your daughter.
Oh, my face hurts. Stop. Okay.
All right. So they come down to the ring. This was hilarious. Comes down to the ring, and Eric Young, in Eric Young fashion, brags about going through all the teams.
Proud as a peacock.
Of course he is. Of course he is. Not just the last team. No, he went through. I can't do the voice. He went through all the teams. It's like Sammy only. 50 more.
He started with a gravelly voice.
Right.
I'm gonna break his neck.
Yeah, that too. So yeah, this was hilarious. So and out comes I almost said Honor No More. No, Heath and Rhino. And
oh baby.
Absolutely. So they come down to the ring and they want a shot at those titles because they were the last ones in the ring with them. So they, Rhino's like, hey, we got unfinished business. He's like, I still got Eric's voice, running through my head when he was getting brainwashed. So so they want another crack at him. And out comes them boys. Them boys, the Briscoes, hopping on down to the ring. I'm ecstatic. What is everybody's thoughts on the debut of the Impact debut? Because I know they showed up on another pay-per-view, but the Impact debut of the Briscoes, only 20 years later. What do you guys think?
That's long time coming, Jay. Obviously saw them do all the stuff in Ring of Honor. Like they're about as synonymous or Ring of Honor as anybody, being there for nearly the whole time. But then always an overact. And then obviously Jay multiple runs as world champion in Ring of Honor. I know we had a visitor, a former world champion during the reaction, and he mentioned about maybe seeing a Jay Driller versus a the C4 Spike. So definitely adds to potential matchups, tag division, and even some fun singles matches.
Oh, that's right. Moose did say that, didn't he?
Yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to what we're going to see here. Obviously, we know we got Under Siege coming, but I'm hoping we get a lot more than that because they're at the top of their game right now. So that only would help the division, and it's going to be fun cheering on Violent by Design and Briscoes in a match.
Oh, it's who do you pick?
Well, come on. I always support Joe.
Gotta support Joe. I hear you. You're not going to see Bill walking in with a Mark Briscoe head like. All right, Alicia, what do you think about them boys? Are you a fan of the Briscoes? You happy about this or no?
Well, Stefan is more of a fan of the Briscoes than I am because he followed Ring of Honor a little more closely. It's exciting. Always fun to get fresh faces in here, and they're pretty over. got a huge pop with the crowd. So, fun to see. Because I feel like the only time I've ever seen them is we were at a House of Hardcore show, and they came in as like a surprise replacement team. Do you remember that one, Bill? You were there.
Yeah.
So
they worked in House of Hardcore was doing all those angles where it was like Young Bucks, Hardys, Briscoes got involved there. So they were having great tag like main events all the time for House of Hardcore. The weird thing is, for some reason, I'm sure, because they've been face almost the whole time in Ring of Honor. Like they were heels at times, but mainly face. But I still remember like there were times where that Philly crowd got on Jay Briscoe a lot. It was more during like a lot of his singles stuff, but they were always, I'm like, why are they getting on Jay Briscoe so much? I think it's just because when you have someone that over, there's going to be a segment that just wants to go after them because they're so over. And then in like an indie smart crowd, that's kind of easier to do. You don't see it as much today. That was like the fad in indie wrestling like 7 years ago.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been a fan of the Briscoes ever since they got the TV deal. It was about 10-ish years ago, give or take a little, back when Steen was making his comeback into the company. Guys like Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards were playing hopscotch with the world title. So it was a crazy time. Haas and Benjamin had a crazy ass feud with the Briscoes back then. I loved it. The company was wild back then. So yeah, I'm all in on the Briscoes. Over the last decade, I think there's been plenty of fans that assumed they were going to go here or go there, maybe get a chance up north. A lot of people thought that they were going to get scooped up by TK. Then some other stuff happened. Hey, us being fans of the Impact Wrestling, I am happy to get the Briscoes. Absolutely. So this leads to Eric Young saying, this looks like a and B conversation. We will see our way out of here. Like this is a you problem. We don't have any problems. We are the problem. So they take off. We end up with Heath and Rhino versus the Briscoes. The Briscoes win, and they will be facing VBD at Under Siege, minus Erica Leniak.
Cool beans.
I'm sure as we get closer, probably after next week, we'll talk about some predictions, but it'll be interesting to see if because it feels if they win, obviously if they win those titles, although they won a lot of titles, if you haven't noticed around, like they were GCW tag champs, like they've kind of gone on the tour of collecting belts. But if they take those belts from VBD, it makes you think they're here for a long term. Like even though they won titles elsewhere, for a TV company to win their titles, I think that will probably say a lot. So even though I want Joe to never lose a title, that could be good for the company, because then I think that means they're here long term, which is probably the best news for the division. And then maybe it gives me that Joe Doring singles run I've been waiting for.
There you go. Look, and I know there's going to be that bunch of fans, and we've been critical of that too, depending on who it is in the conversation. Say someone big comes back to the company, they get slingshot right into a title contention, and oh, boom, the title's on them. Is that going to happen to the Briscoes? We're going to have to wait and see. But I'm to the point that I'm so excited about the Briscoes. I'm like, whatever, throw the belts on them.
I could just shit a kitten. Oh my god.
What's that?
I could just shit a kitten. Oh my god. So excited.
That's a phrase. Now.
I have never heard that before.
You've never heard that term before? Oh my god. Well, lucky you, now you have.
Should we make it a soundbite? It could be our first Alicia soundbite.
Yeah, go for it. Make a t-shirt. Yeah, that's what. It'll sell like hotcakes.
There you go.
She likes cats.
I could just bleep a kid. All right.
I could just shit. Okay.
Good stuff. All right. Briscoes win. They are going up against VBD. Then Moose has a lovely little conversation with the coach, Scott D'Amore, about getting his title back. And he doesn't want to wait. He wants a rematch tonight. That Moose, I tell you, man. Didn't he?
In my ass.
Yeah, that too. That too. EGV, we get the coming soon promo that many people have already figured out. We discussed this a little during the Rebellion review. A lot of people say, those people say it's Sammy.
Really?
Look at this dumbass.
But what's interesting about this one is it actually changed faces in the promo. Like initially it was Eddie Edwards and Josh Alexander, right?
Yes.
This time, now I blinked and I missed it because sometimes you just miss stuff. This one was Morrissey and Deon Purrazzo,
which were two names that we kicked off the news segment with. So very time appropriate.
Right. So it was like, why were these in there? Because if it is Sammy, which we just kind of know it's Sammy, is he coming alone or is he bringing people that are going to go after others? Like, is he bringing in a new knockout to go after Deanna? Is he bringing in a giant to go after Morrissey? It feels like there's a bigger picture now. It
could be a heavy Ohio contingent. Like I see like Mayor here mentioning like Man Fulton, Jay Christ, Nevaeh. I think these are obviously, we know Havok's going to have a big match there, pretty much the hometown, where we're going to see with Sammy possibly just return. I'm not sure. And then like we're seeing this like it does like the coming soon classic. I guess that's in the public domain, also used in the Grindhouse Tarantino movies.
Yeah, that's the vibe.
So that'd be a question for you two then. If that is in the public domain, could we actually play that and get away with it? Possibly.
We'd have to look into that.
Because if that's public domain music, that might just have to be our music going forward. Because I could jam that all night, J-Bone.
It does have a weird. It's got a weird 60s.
But that's like a film type thing, and we see the whole thing is the picture. It's like a movie projector. The pictures are, I don't know, like now with the digital screens, so we might be dating ourselves a little bit here. But there were times where you go to the movies, and at some point, the film would break. And they'd have to rewind it to start. So that's what actually would happen. It would go, and like that's what would happen on the screen. So that's what they're doing. So is he still doing? Is it a sort of hacker gimmick when he comes back, like he's done previously, or is it more something
like a Tarantino Grindhouse kind of gimmick?
I think it's going to be a Grindhouse gimmick.
I'm okay with that.
I do love me some Tarantino. I haven't seen a Tarantino film in a long time. I don't think he's made one in a while either.
Hollywood.
Oh yeah, but that was like 5 years ago now.
It was
right.
Not far. It wasn't too long.
Time is seamless in the movie world, I suppose.
Yeah. But nonetheless, I think that is coming sooner rather than later. The EGV standing for 5/7/22, the date of Under Siege. So this is all coming sooner rather than later. All right. VSK, the return. Hey, one of Bill's favorites versus Bhupinder.
I like Bhupinder.
Man, VSK just does not have a good night. He gets his ass handed to him by Bhupinder and Shira.
He does. But we found the name of the finisher.
We did. Yes. The gargoyle spear, right?
The gargoyle. I like it. I like it.
And that took me a second. I'm like, gargoyle? But he's perched like a gargoyle, like on the, on a building. So, yeah, there we go. Which I think is one of my new favorite moves in the company as far as what people do. It's I've never seen anyone do one like that before. We've seen a million people do spears.
Yeah, when he was perched on there, and like, because initially he was on the other side of the ring, I'm like, how far is he going to try to launch himself? But then he kind of walked into it a little bit. So I'm like, man, you're going for the distance.
Yeah, pretty slick.
Because he was going the distance, J-Ben.
So then after the match, after he beats VSK, Raj and Shira come down. And this is where I felt it got a little awkward because Raj was like standing between them. He was kind of holding both guys back, but obviously trying to, kind of fire things up between them.
But was it this awkward?
Isn't Odark? Because he's also owes my money?
It's not quite that awkward, No. Like we could kind of tell what was going on here. It's just I don't know if we're supposed to assume that it's more of a rivalry happening here, or are they actually going to eventually join forces?
I don't know. After this one, it felt like they were ready to come to blows. So it feels more likely maybe a match, maybe under siege.
Maybe it's a matter of respect. What do you think, Alicia?
I don't know. That's my professional analyst of that situation.
There we go.
I don't know.
Raj, the big jerk.
People be mad and bitches be hating. That sums it up. Yeah, there we go. Sounds good.
All right. She has spoken. Yeah, I mean, if it's a matter of respect and they need to, get it out of their system and then maybe they'll come together. All I know is if this is, I don't know if they're going to call it the Desi Hit Squad part, 2.0, whatever. This isn't going to be a joke like the last one was.
The more serious. But
it is.
So far, Bhupinder wants no part of it, which I applaud.
Right. Raj has got his work cut out for him. So
yeah, Raj is the one I think that wants to bring it back.
Maybe Shira too. Who knows?
I like what Critical Sting said in the chat. Keep Bhupinder as a face.
Yes.
Okay.
I like the energy that dude's got on his own. Like I feel like that's a rare case where he doesn't need any help because he's translating very well on his own. So I feel like putting him with people would probably maybe hold him back a little bit, as groups can do.
Yeah.
There are cons to every pro.
Well, yeah. Well, and he even did media for his company promoting Impact Wrestling and his, being a part of it. I think that's huge.
Yeah, right now I'm in agreement. I would not put them together. I think you have your strong face and your strong heel right now.
Okay.
With obviously Shira is the heel, Bhupinder is the face, and then because you see it now, like it almost seems it's weird now because Impact's been doing this, but if you look at the wrestling landscape over the last, just let's say, month, the other two major companies are heavily promoting a wrestler for the India market right now.
Well, yeah. Yeah, we even put them on a show here once in a while, too.
We see them once in a while.
Yeah. I like to think I'm pretty good friends with Veer,
Oh, he's eating all that pasta, brother.
He is. Not that far away. In fact, if you're lucky, you might be able to see him in Chicago Friday night at another company. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Next, we got Mean Gia Miller interviewing the new X Division champion, Ace Austin.
Three times, Sheba.
Three times.
It's been a bangorama.
That's pretty special. I mean, you look at other X Division champions that have been a part of this company and are still a part of this company, like Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, and such. Only so many have racked up that many, titles, and that's pretty unique. And he has absolutely gone into another level, another group, so to speak, of
Yeah, we were talking about during the reaction, and you noticed it at Rebellion. Like he's getting a very positive response from the crowd. And this guy's a heel. He's definitely a heel. But like I said, he's a likable heel. That's the problem with likable heels. Because he's so good in the ring. And even when he does stuff as a heel, it's like, I'm okay with that.
He's a homegrown talent, and there's something about that.
Yeah. And that's the thing. He's a guy, if you're an Impact fan, it's almost tough to root against Ace because he's been there. Like, that's like booing Rosemary. You can't do that.
Right. Rocky Romero comes up to him and wants a shot at the title, and in the same conversation says that he might be able to get him in that what's it called? The
best of the Super Juniors?
Yeah. The New Japan Best of the Super Juniors, which is a pretty revered tournament, so to speak, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like, which is all good news for the relationship with New Japan, which I think a lot of people assumed, maybe Impact that's going to start fading away because, people can't chew bubble gum and walk at the same time.
I actually can do that.
You got the skills, Jabo.
I do. In fact, I'm thinking about doing my own YouTube series on Smash This Podcast about doing tasks like that. Put it in the chat. Let me know if you want to, see stuff like that.
Watch J-Bone chew bubblegum
and walk.
And walk.
And maybe talk.
But what happens when you're all out of bubblegum?
Oh, you don't want to see me when I'm angry. All right. So we're going to get Rocky Romero versus Ace next week for the X Division title. And then at the end of the segment, Speedball is there. Speedball Mike Bailey is there, handout, ready to congratulate the new X Division champ. And Ace just blows him off like, get out of here.
We're best friends.
It's that Speedball. That is, we might have to get that as a sound bite.
I'll be get that sound bite. I thought we were friends.
Yeah. Get that sound bite. We'll work on that.
I think that's a common Trent and Kyle conversation. I thought we were friends.
I have that conversation at least once a week with Kyle. Next, we got Motor City Machine Guns with.
Oh, hold on. We got a question for J-Bone real quick. On the bonus, baby. But can J-Bone rub his stomach and pat his head at the same time?
Look, whose show is this? This is our show, right? I mean, what am I, a monkey? Come on. Hey, I can drink Coca-Cola and burp at the same time.
That's impossible, J-Bone. No, you want.
Did you see that? Did you see that? She was trying to do it.
I can't do it at the same time because then I'll just start rubbing. But like,
next you'll be asking J-Bone to sneeze with his eyes open.
I can't do it.
Achoo.
Mental
Achoo. That was hilarious. She was like,
but can you pat your tummy and rub your head at the same time? No. Fuck you. Sorry, not really. Sorry, I'm just being mean. I'm sleep deprived.
Alicia, look, I'll make a video for that too. You can watch it later, okay?
I'll pass.
All right.
Hold on, calm down, just breathe.
She's gonna pass on that one. All right.
Pass. Politely. I decline.
She declines. Motor City. I am not going to look at my elbow. Stop with that. Jeez, what the?
Oh, son of a bitch.
Motor City Machine Guns and Mike Bailey versus Honor No More, consisting of Eddie Edwards, Taven, and Bennett. What do you guys think of this one?
There was a lot going on.
Yeah, we got to go to the authority of this match.
I love this match!
Well, I think everyone, when they saw Motor City come out during a reaction, was like, dream match. Could you put three better together with the Machine Guns and Mike Bailey? Everyone's like, this is crazy. You put those three together? And then not only are they together, and everyone's like, wow, this is going to be like the dream team. They don't win. Honor No More, maybe, other than winning their contracts against Team Impact, the biggest win for Honor No More since they've been here, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They needed that one.
Precisely.
They've had little victories, but this was a big victory.
It was. Well, the match itself was absolutely incredible. I mean,
Poggers.
The chemistry between Motor City Machine Guns and Speedball Mike Bailey, they made it look like they've been doing these like trios matches for like a decade. That's how flawless it was. Unbelievable.
Burn.
Great.
Need some aloe for that one.
But yeah, I do think Honor No More did need a win if you keep them feeling significant in this company. We didn't want, like, I'm excited to have them in the company. And that's a ton of talent there. You don't want them just jobbing to everyone as soon as they, you know.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of it, since we're talking a little Honor No More, and you got the OGK, the Original Kingdom, still believe. I did notice that old Miracle Mike Bennett there was responding to somebody on the Twitter, and someone said, "Oh, Ring of Honor back. You're going to go to work for Ring of Honor under Tony Khan?" And he's like, "No, I'm at Impact," which I know everyone was like, "Michael Maria, they're leaving. Oh my gosh, God forever." It doesn't seem so.
Yeah.
You know, and that is refreshing to hear. And that's another thing is I didn't want to assume anything like how long these guys were going to be sticking around.
Well, just like we saw with the Inspiration, just take it in the moment. Everyone's here till they're not here.
Yeah. And
live in the now, Jay. Live in the now.
What's that, Alicia?
Card subject to change.
Well, yeah, there is always that.
Oh, and I gotta say, because I said it on the Rebellion review, and I'm a man of my word. I did not have to start a "We Want Eddie" chant last night. I'll just leave it at that.
Oh,
what?
Okay.
You didn't what?
I didn't have to start a "We Want Eddie" chant at AEW last night. So, because in reference to the Gresham issue at Rebellion, if he just happened to show up and work, I was going to say, "We want Eddie," because then we would have known what happened there. So at least that's playing into. Then there's questions on, well, maybe he shouldn't have been working an indie show the night before Rebellion if he was already injured. But
right.
But luckily, he wasn't doing anything.
Wasn't there. All right. Even better.
Oh, and here's can't forget Vinny, who had a nice promo tonight. But I always dig what he's saying, man.
Oh yeah, he had a great one. I don't know where that came in here. I don't know if
feels like it's segment.
That was right before the main event.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So Honor No More get the win here. Bullet Club comes down and they just clean house.
When?
Right
after this match.
I missed it. I blinked.
You blinked?
How dare I?
Yeah, you always got to watch. Like when they did it, so usually just walk off into the entrance. Like a lot of times they're interacting now with other talents. So yeah, you got to, just like the old stay to the end card, you got to stay through the entrances and the exits, the fallout after that.
So it just shows how thick the tag team division is in this company. And with factions too, so you got the Good Brothers, you got Motor City Machine Guns, you got OGK, Honor No More, you got all sorts of different options here, along with everyone we saw at the top of the show, VBD, Rhino and Heath, now the Briscoes. So the tag division is good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's stacked. I got no issues there. Now we just need a few more knockouts.
And you did forget one of our favorites, and he's not happy with
that son of a bitch.
Oh, sorry. I didn't intentionally leave them out. It's one of my favorites. I love this. What are they called? The Soldiers. I love the
Soldiers.
Old school Soldiers.
Yeah, I looked bad on that prediction. I had the Soldiers winning the tag titles.
Yeah, well, at least
been tag champions.
No, they have not.
No, okay.
That's why I felt that, because they actually have a history now. Like they've tagged together for a while here, so I thought they might get the pay, but maybe we'll see that or see something.
You got hair on your booty cheeks.
Oh. Hey, at least you didn't pick the major players and they lost first.
Oh yeah. Shit.
That was
forgot about
the major sissies.
What the truth is, you're nothing but a mid-card donor.
Man, the disrespect. Jeez Louise.
Never mind.
Oh,
I was gonna try and get too analytical with that soundbite, and it's just not worth it. I'm too tired.
No, it's not.
I wanted to get deep.
A deep cut.
Deep cut.
Yeah, don't
maybe in an after dark if I ever make it to one.
Yeah, just be careful how you phrase that. Just Bill will
the family
snap.
show.
Yeah, Bill will nail you with another soundbite.
Who's controlling these sound bites?
Not me, because I'm not allowed to do nothing. I can't even click on the comments.
Well,
it ain't no secret. I need a job.
I figure I'm almost 2 years in, so one day I'll get that power.
Work on the patent your thing first. I'm kidding.
Sorry, not gonna happen. It's like I really got to start doing one and then add the other. I can't just go both willy nilly, bro. That's asking too much.
You don't want to see me try that. I'll fall out of my damn chair.
I feel bad for people who are just listening to this via audio.
Which one's Jay?
Hey, God bless those Saudi Arabia people listening to us, because we're charting every week in Saudi Arabia. Thank you, Saudi Arabia. We love you.
You guys swing?
Jiminy Christmas. All right. Gia Miller backstage again with our new champ and talking about who he might be facing at Under Siege. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Period.
The cat?
The return of Monty Brown?
The return of
the cat. I don't know why I saw the pounds and I'm like, someone named the cat.
Well, you know who else uses the pounds? Someone that was recently on Impact Wrestling. Willow Nightingale uses the pounds.
Yeah, she was awesome.
Oh, this is true. She's all over the place lately.
I would like to see more of her in Impact. She had a fun look, great in-ring technique. I fuck with her.
There's another cat, Ernest Miller.
Yeah, that's the. For some reason, I just thought about the shoes and was like, oh, the cat.
I did love me some Ernest Miller back in the day.
I was actually thinking of the cat from Miss Kitty from WWE. She eventually became the cat when she started managing China. There's some throwback trivia for you guys.
Oh, that is.
Because I've only been watching for decades.
Right. As we all have. It's crazy sometimes how much we've watched over the years.
I forget how old I am. And then I remember have a mild panic attack, and then I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm seasoned, so it's okay.
It's all right. It's good memories.
I have a birthday coming up soon. It's going to be weird.
Uh-oh. It's not as weird as
my birthday is on Mother's Day this year. What the fuck?
Well,
I can't even go out to dinner because everything's going to be so busy.
Well, if you're worried about celebrating Mother's Day, you've got pets, so it's okay. You have fur babies, so that counts.
I'm gonna celebrate my mom. Because it's kind of funny because I'm her biggest gift. I was born on Mother's Day, no fucking lie. That's why it always tends to coincide every so many years. I was born on Mother's Day, so I strutted out of there hey. Don't worry, your favorite child has arrived. I have a brother.
Just patting your head and rubbing your tummy, right?
Exactly. But not at the same time. Got to start one before the other.
Yeah, a lot of the parents are going to have to settle down this year because Impact, just so happens, are doing shows on both Mother's Day and Father's Day this year.
Oh boy!
So either take your mom bring them to wrestling. Say, Mom, hop in the car, Mom.
They should do ticket sales. For every ticket bought, you get to bring your mom.
That's a good promotion.
That's a good gimmick.
Hell yeah! Bring the mama.
Make him pose with the wrestlers for pictures.
Big Bad Joe.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be like all those 90s fan photos of Kane and The Undertaker where it's just the person and then the shoulders.
Oh, it's cut off?
Yeah.
There's the picture.
There you go.
The way to look at. I'm so glad she's back. I know we haven't gotten to that segment yet, but Jesus Christ.
It's next.
Yeah.
Patience.
We're almost there.
We're there. We are there.
We're there.
Taya Valkyrie comes out to cut an emotional promo about being back in Impact Wrestling and being the 4-time newly crowned, getting that title back that she never lost. Reina de Reinas AAA Women's Championship.
For reals.
All reals. And then she gets attacked by Deonna Purrazzo. Can we just say that how great that match was again, and how great it was to see Taya Valkyrie again, just so I could show off the shirt.
Can't go wrong.
But yeah, she gets attacked by Deonna Purrazzo. And now this gets a little crazy here, similar to another segment we were just talking about. Decay comes in for an awkward
Save.
Rescue, right? Which then, then goes into the Decay versus Tasha. Wow, I cannot spell Tasha, really? Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans match. But it was interesting to see Rosemary. She was taking off her mask and then, kind of having a moment with Taya Valkyrie in the ring. What'd you guys think of that?
This was good. This was because I think none of us knew during Rebellion what we were going to get from Taya going forward.
Right.
Was it a one-off? Was it going to be? But honestly, I wasn't sure even seeing it live, the fallout. It's like, okay, they're still going there, but is that going to lead up to something in Mexico? Is it still going to be an Impact? But now we know after tonight that we're getting a rematch, which is going to be real interesting. Because I said, I thought they had a good match at Rebellion, but then that last match they had, because just the time. I think they give the more time you give Deanna in a match, the better the match is. And I think that's why earlier I'm so hard on the Dynamite, AEW Dynamite Deanna match, because they just don't give time. And Deanna in a 3 to 5 minute match, that's just a waste of Deanna.
Yeah, I agree.
So I just don't think Deanna, her whole way of wrestling is a drawn out working the limb work, Jay.
Yeah.
You can't do limb work in under 10 minutes.
Right. She's got her own way of telling a story in a ring with someone else,
And that's what I think. I think if anything, they both may went, you know what? Our match wasn't long enough at Rebellion. Like, it was good, but it needed to be longer. And maybe I hope they give it twice the amount of time at Under Siege.
Yeah, I don't know
and that could be a show stealer right there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what the last one was, but I say give them at least 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's exactly. I think they need 20 minutes.
Is that allowed?
People go back saying that's like a match of the night.
Could be. So this is all going to lead to what is, like we went through the Under Siege card earlier tonight. We're going to see Taya Valkyrie defend her AAA Women's title against Deonna Purrazzo. She wants that rematch. So very interesting that we're getting that on an Impact show this soon. We don't have to drag this out into, say, a Triple Mania, which I think that card's already booked and both ladies are on it, but I don't think the title's involved. So I think they're just involved in a multi-person intergender match. So it is what it is. So, all right. So the next commercial break comeback leads into Decay then in a match with Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans. As much as I enjoyed this, I was a little confused how this ended up turning into the
transition wasn't good. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
From Havok getting the next championship shot against Tasha Steelz. Like, I understand she won against the other team, but she also pinned Savannah Evans. She didn't even pin the champ. And I don't want to overthink this. It just was like, oh, are we getting this already? But I suppose,
Yeah, well, they recently did that angle where Tasha was in a tag match, I think right after winning the title. And she lost in a tag match. She took the pin in a tag match to get somebody a title. I think Chelsea, right? I think maybe Chelsea may have pinned her and then got like maybe a match, a singles match to go into a title match. Yeah. So it's more that the team, Decay versus their group. So she's getting it, but because obviously, though, I think there's a lot of different connections. Rosemary was just one, and Rosemary kind of got screwed over in that match. There were shenanigans in retaining that title. But I'll tell you what, my one critique of that match on the Rebellion, the Knockouts title, was obviously Tasha is a smaller knockout. Rosemary's a taller knockout. And there was just a few moves in there that just didn't seem to connect. And it seemed like, I don't know if the size was the issue where they just weren't gelling together. But Havok, there's going to be a size difference. It's like David versus Goliath. It's going to look one-on-one. It's going to be tough to have Tasha look like she's really, like Havok's going to look very intimidating to Tasha. So this could be a surprise. Havok is a former
in the past, though.
It doesn't feel like anytime, like in tag matches, it doesn't feel like any singles where we've seen something like that lately.
True.
It seems like Mickey, they're all the same. Deanna, they're all the same size, roughly. It just seems like there's those few knockouts that really stand out, and there it seems tough when they very intimidating. But once again, that shows you we've seen many wrestlers that it doesn't matter. You can work and be very competitive.
So I see a lot of people talking about Tasha Steelz getting her bell rung, possibly being injured. I did read this earlier today, so I just want to update you, everyone here, on that. So there's an update to her, people wondering if she was injured or not. Steelz spoke with Women's Wrestling Talk and said she's not injured, adding that I'm a badass, can't nothing or nobody hold me down. So she's good. She's good.
Yeah, I was going to say, if she sustained a concussion during Rebellion, then she wouldn't have been on tonight's tapings. I'd imagine so, right?
Right.
It happened during this match.
Oh, okay.
About halfway through the match, she kind of vanishes, and that may be why Savannah
took the pin.
Yeah. But yeah, so there you go. No worries. Tasha's going to defend the title in 2 weeks. She'll be there. So, but yeah, I mean, it was fun. Yeah, I'd have to look back at it and see exactly what happened to Tasha, but
wrestling, bro.
It's not ballet.
Injuries happen.
Yes. So then we get It's All About Me show with Tennille Dashwood and her co-host Madison Rain, and it's interrupted. Well, first the lights go out, and I was expecting Sabu. We didn't get Sabu because
no Sabu.
Doesn't Sabu always show up when the lights go out?
A lot of times he's Sabu,
but not this time. It's Giselle Shaw. Not like Sabu at all. So this leads to Giselle Shaw challenging Tennille Dashwood. So I'm guessing we're getting that next week.
Yeah,
it seems like it.
And I was kind of hoping that this would lead to her getting another partner, because I don't think Lady Frost is around for a little bit. Maybe that leads to another tag team match, but it is what it is. They just need to bulk up the old knockouts division again. But yeah, funny little segment. Giselle Shaw, the quintessential diva, if you will. We get a great promo out of Vincent here talking about how PCO used to be human and now he ain't human anymore. You dig what I'm saying? So next week, we're getting the Monsters Ball match. Love me some Monsters Ball matches. We get PCO versus Jonah next week.
Nice.
Can't wait. And then the main event, Impact World title, Josh Alexander. Man, can't even get a week off. Jeez Louise. Poor guy. For his troubles, he has to defend it right away against Moose. Wants that title back. What did we think about the main event?
Well, it's going to be tough to top what they did at Rebellion, which I think, for my money, the Impact match of the year for sure. One of the matches of the year, period. Just once again, on that type of stage with that amount of time they had, that's always going to go into it. But I thought it was a good rematch, obviously, for being so quick. But Josh, great first defense now, because we know last time he had no defenses. So a strong defense against the former champion. Once again, when he gets Moose up in that C4 spike, I'm surprised every time he's able to do it.
Moose is a big dude.
Dude, pick him up. Once he Styles clashed him at Rebellion, I'm like, I guess there's no limit to what that guy can do.
Dude, if Josh Alexander then does like a springboard off the top rope and hits him with a forearm, I mean, what's next? It's
He's phenomenal.
Sky's the limit. I mean, right. Moose does fucking moonsaults, for Christ's sake.
He does Spanish flies. Like,
this is true.
The athleticism of a lot of the members of this roster, it's extremely underrated.
A little underutilized too, is because how often do we see Moose pop that moonsault? Like, that's a big dude doing that move. Like,
that's smart how they do it, because
it's safer.
It's safer, and like you see at an indie show, and then you go with the idea like, oh, even if there's only 100 people in a room, they want to give it their all, but the risk isn't worth it for that. And what they do is they can do these crazy things, but they do them a big show here, a big match here. Like the thing we'd always talk about with Brian Cage. He did that every match, and then he'd always get hurt.
Right.
That's part of the reason he's doing crazy stuff every match. Like last night, I know someone was talking about during a reaction. I was at that ladder match last night with former Impact guy, Sammy Guevara, and he does stuff that's going to get him injured too much.
Yeah, he's nuts.
Like he's doing stuff like he's what is he? He's mid-20s. That guy, he's going to get banged up too much doing crazy stuff like that.
He's like 26, 27, I think.
Yeah, like you do stuff like that all the time. Like another guy that a huge fan of, Phoenix. He's hurt all the time.
Oh yeah,
he does crazy stuff. Like it's rare that you don't pay eventually. Eventually, you pay for doing stuff that can be that. Even if you're good at it, it's still reckless. That's why you want to limit the chances.
Yeah, you gotta work smart. Yeah. Can't go balls to the wall every single match. It's not worth it. Excuse me. Any thoughts on this, Alicia?
Good rematch. Not much to add to it. I think Bill spoke very eloquently about it. Always enjoyable to see these two in the ring. 10 out of 10.
There you go.
I give it 10 stars.
10 stars.
10 stars. You hear me? Stars.
I give it a 10.
10. 10 of those motherfuckers. 10 stars.
10 J-Bones.
Broke the whole system in one review. Sorry, I'm tired.
Jiminy Christmas.
I've been up since 5 in the morning, man. Running on adrenaline at this point.
Running on fumes.
It's almost midnight here.
It's okay. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. Right meow.
Meow.
All right. So that is the Fallout episode from Impact Wrestling's Rebellion. Hot episode. We get the only 20-year late re-debut of the Briscoes on television. Good stuff. A lot of different feuds happening. We got most of Under Siege already booked. Can't wait to see that in 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks. Lots of stuff happening in this company. And even more stuff happening next week. 10 meows, says Gary. Yes, absolutely. 10 meows. Hey,
Right
Valentino tonight.
now. I know I don't know. He doesn't want to be on camera. He might be in the other room with Stefan.
Oh. So now Stefan's better, eh?
I guess. Normally he hears that laptop get fired up and he's like, it's showtime. You guys see it. He's harassing me every show.
This is true. Biscuits on Alicia. Yes.
Biscuits. More like stabbing.
Stabby.
Because he like claws. Like it's no biscuit making. It's not fun.
Yeah, it's what it's like to be in a kitty parent. Yes. They rule the world. What can we say?
Oh yeah. Ishii came out.
Oh, wow. Did I not write that down? I did not write that down.
I would have forgot too, but I was looking at the chat and Mir brought it up.
My apologies to.
Thank you.
The Stone Pitbull makes his entrance.
And now he's English?
And of course. Ishii's Australian, right?
He's going to give it a tickle?
Or a squeeze? No, let's not do that. That's that other show. Ishii comes out. We now know, which I apparently missed during the show. Scott was going to reveal by the end of the show who Josh Alexander's next opponent is for Under Siege.
Steve Macklin wanted that chance.
He did.
He deserved that chance.
Oh, he heard.
He heard.
Valentino
I heard you guys were wrapping up. Come on. They're waiting for you. You're the star.
Aww. It's Valentino.
It's Valentino.
It's Valentino. It's a biscuit time.
Fan of Ishii.
Yes.
Yeah.
He must.
He had something to say about the Stone Pitbull, and that is dogs are cool.
On that note, we're going to wrap this up. That's a great time to wrap it up.
See, everybody loves you.
Thanks for coming, Valentino. We love you. Because I like all my crazy.
And this is part of the BTI thing. The Iceman said it would be announced.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Iceman.
There we go. Iceman, we miss you because your company does not know how to put your stuff on TV anymore and or an appropriate time before the time that we watch our show.
4 years.
Go follow Iceman. We love you.
Let's do our does
social
Valentino
media
have a social?
No, he just shares mine. My privated Instagram.
Oh, the Valentino Instagram.
Your private Instanak? All right.
Yeah, that I didn't even realize it was private, but I'm like, yeah, follow me there, guys, and I'm not accepting requests.
Follow me, and you can't.
Actually, I'm so bad at social media that I get more notifications for strangers' posts than my own timeline because I just don't use anything anymore. Like I'm breaking the machine, guys.
That's almost as bad as the whole, trying to pat your head and rub your tummy at the same time.
Everyone should try it once.
Stop that.
It doesn't work. It's witchcraft.
Wait, is that like that old tale about Marilyn Manson? Like to rub your belly and pat your head, you have to remove a rib?
No.
No, I believe. I believe he was trying to. You know what? It's a family show. We're just not going to say it. It's a kid show. You guys can Google it. It's right there. What did he remove a rib for?
I have seen that penis.
Actually, it's more like this.
This is sick. This is sick. This whole place is going to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah.
There you
It's
go.
disgusting. Foul.
So, Alicia, where can they find you?
I don't know.
You don't know?
All I know is that if you type that little dingy screen name somewhere, Alicia B. Cakey, I'm fairly certain you'll find me on some form of social media.
There we go. Some form of social media. Bill.
Maybe I'll accept your friend request on Instagram.
Or maybe not. Bill, where can they find you?
Usually, mainly on the Twitter. If Elon says it's okay, at my name, William M. Gardner, Gardner. Maybe I'll show up somewhere else too. You never know. Mainly at shows. That's where you'll see.
Maybe in the Discord.
Maybe I've been doing the frequent Discord from time to time.
There you go.
Where can they find you, J-Bo?
You can find me in the Discord. You can find me on a Twitter box at Jaybone5150. That's JAYBONE 5150. You can also find me over on that other little podcast called Smash This Podcast. Sorry, no AEW review this week. We'll try to get back into the swing of things next week or this weekend. Maybe we'll do some AAW. You know, because Trent's got a show.
Good save.
Got to support the fam, bro. So yeah, you can find that on YouTube and Twitch and wherever you get your podcast audio. And you can find this podcast audio. By the way, thank you, Saudi Arabia, again. We love you dearly. You can find this podcast at Apple iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, TuneIn Radio, iHeart Radio, Spotify, SoundCloud, Pandora. Just type We Talk Impact into that good old search bar, and you will find Total Nonstop Impact. Impact Talk for Impact fans right here. And yeah, that's going to do it. So we'll be back this weekend. Sorry we did not do a family dinner this week. We will make it up to you, I promise.
Extra helping this weekend.
Yeah, we'll do some extra stuff this weekend. We'll figure out something to do with you guys. And because we do love our Patreons, go check out the Patreon link in the description. It's a great way to help support the show. All sorts of different tiers for your budget. All right. And on that note, we're going to call it a night. Thanks for all the support, the love, the bits, the super stickers and super chats and all that great stuff. We are going to try our hardest to work on the whole patting the head and rubbing the tummy.
I'm going to practice all weekend.
We'll ask Falaba.
We're gonna test you next week, Alicia.
I'll have it. I'll nail it. I'll be pro.
You better. All right. Join us next week. Take care.